In the near future, humanity has been driven by cataclysmic climate change into walled megacities. One, called the Reach, has only existed for 2 generations, but that has been long enough for the 3 megacorporations who built the place to erase and hide the past. These 3 corporations, simply called Safety, Information, and Nourish, rule with an iron fist, embedding nanites into all food so that they can track the citizens. The only way to fight back is to hack those nanites and to go off the grid to become a criminal living in Shelter 1, to become a glitch. Hack the Planet is a standalone cyberpunk RPG by Samjoko Publishing, put out in 2019. It is squarely based on the Blades in the Dark RPG, and thusly sports the Forged in the Dark license. Thanks to Brandish Gilhelm for mentioning this game in one of his videos, as well as the author, Fraser Simons, for providing a review copy. Although there can be a lot of debate about what defines the term cyberpunk, this book addresses it up front and defines a few key notions. The cyber in the setting stems from high tech. Your player character, or glitch, will undoubtedly have a cybernetic upgrade or enhancement at the very least, and you exist in a futuristic city full of nanites, energy weapons, and fast motorcycles. The punk refers to the punk movement, which entails anti-authoritarianism, anti-corporatism and greed, anti-consumerism, and a do-it-yourself mentality. The author suggests a couple of movies, as well as 6 novels to prime you for the setting. Hack the Planet brings not just the old cyberpunk tropes, but also the more recent subgenre of climate fiction to the table. That being stories centered around individuals struggling with the aftermath of devastating changes to Earth's climate. The book repeats virtually all of the game mechanics from Blades in the Dark. I'll leave a link in the description below to my review of that game, and in this video, I'll just go over the new stuff that Hack the Planet brings to the table. The most important aspect of gameplay that's new is your 12 available actions. They're still broken down into the 3 attributes of insight, prowess, and resolve, but these 12 sort of define a totally different world from Duskfall. You will also find that the Devil's Bargain, a mechanism by which players can buy a bonus die in exchange for something bad happening, is called a ripple, and yet it behaves just the same. Instead of coin, your crew will accumulate jewels, which are units of precious energy stored in sheaths. The economy of the Reach is based in these fungible units of energy, and you store them in your stash, just like coin. The GM is expected to keep a running timer on weather events called Acts of God, which can be random in severity or specifically chosen to enhance a scene or move things along. The Acts of God can be a central part of an operation or story arc, or they can just be a violent backdrop to an already violent world. These weather events can also sometimes provide opportunities for distraction or escape for players. In this game, you play a glitch, who in no uncertain terms is a criminal in the corporate-controlled residential area of the city. There are 7 playbooks to choose from, each with their own line of specializations. You're not locked in, of course, and can branch out into multiple specializations, but you start by choosing from Edge, Feint, Fuse, Haunt, Lens, Torque, or Quirk. Instead of ghosts, demons, and magic, your glitch is facing down corporate enforcers, other factions, and almost constant weather events ranging from inhibiting to deadly. Thus, your skill sets amongst the glitch playbooks range from combat to speechcraft to stealth, and in rare occasion, the power to control the weather events or acts of God. Your table will choose from one of 5 crew types: cleaners, mercenaries for hire who specialize in kidnapping, assassinations, and staging accidents; clippers, gangs who get around on motorcycles, which are a banned technology, and commit extortion, sabotage, and robberies; comets, daring thieves and scavengers based out of airships; shifters, messengers, spies, and couriers who exist outside of the city itself; or wires, vice dealers who buy and sell every conceivable type of contraband. There are a couple of bonus crew types in the back of the book. The Rangers, the most intriguing one in my opinion, are military scientists bent on collecting gene samples to enhance themselves and to preserve genotypes in a sort of pirate internet. And then there are the Storm Speakers, which wield the power to control and even cause acts of God. As with glitch types, your crew might diversify over time or continue down a single track of specialization through crew-specific upgrades. Crew upgrades can either enhance the PCs in a certain way, enhance the survivability and flexibility of the crew itself, which is a sort of extra character at the table, or enhance the crew's proxy gang or NPC expert, known as a cohort. Comets are a crew type that start with an airship, so they have to worry about fueling up between operations in addition to all the other stuff the crew has to worry about. But actually, any crew can pick up an airship as an upgrade. And as far as downtime goes, it's the same as Blades in the Dark, except you can also spend some time installing cybernetics. You always start with one piece of hardware installed and can get 3 more, but you have to pay with precious jewels and stress points. The city is divided into the corporate zone, which certainly no glitch is ever allowed inside of, and the zone cordoned off for the millions of refugees and denizens, called Shelter 1. Society is further stratified amongst the riffraff, who all eat corporate food, get informed on the corporate intranet, and toil for energy units. Everyone wears an early warning device that will tip them off to the next massive weather strike, wherein they flock to safe structures before getting washed or blown away. The corporate council uses a police force composed of cop-like individuals called sentinels, and detectives called tracers, who are given full autonomy to find glitches such as yourself. Much of the fabric of the city is described in its 21 criminal factions, 8 corporate institutions, 7 trade organizations, and 10 entities that exist outside of the city. Curiously, the GM is left to fill in the finer details of the 3 governing corporations. Thus, a GM can assume a great deal of ownership of the setting by defining corporate culture and their ultimate agenda. The book offers a 4-page glossary of terms that is really useful once you've read through the book once. You can get a very evocative visual sense of the setting by reading the suggested character creation descriptors, as well as the streets and buildings descriptors at the end of the book. So here are my cons and pros of this book. Cons. Repetition with Blades in the Dark. The 320 plus page book contains a tremendous amount of repeated information from the original Blades book. It almost seems like verbatim repetition in some spots. Pros. The repeat of Blades in the Dark makes this a standalone product. Its only fault, in my opinion, is also its strength. Anyone can pick this book up and have in their hands a fully fleshed out and thought out game. A good pairing. Cyberpunk is a pretty dusty old genre, but the setting concept in this book brings modernity to it with the intriguing factions and the climate events. This refreshed take on Cyberpunk paired with the elegant Blades in the Dark game system is what makes this RPG special. It's a combination that breathes new life into the genre. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching. This is Dave signing off. See ya.